As of right now, we've checked out over 21 Nintendo Switch accessories, but now we're back with our 5 favorites. Welcome to It Came From a Box, I'm Sergio IM, and we spent way more money than anyone on the face of this flat earth should on accessories for the Nintendo Switch. But in doing so, we've narrowed down our 5 favorites by category. These are the ones that we use just about every single day. They're either well thought out, well made, or simply necessary. But in the end, each one helps improve our overall experience with the Nintendo Switch. I want to quickly thank you for your feedback because that's why we have this list. Let's check it out.
Starting off the list is the simple yet vital screen protector. The latest phones and tablets come with scratch-resistant glass, but the screen on the Switch is plastic, which is very easy to scratch, especially if you're careless and cram this in the official dock or carry it around without a case.
Go ahead, try to scratch it. Go ahead, I dare you.
No, don't do that, I was just joking. You'll mainly find 2 types, film screen and tempered glass. I suggest the latter for a few reasons. Being that tempered glass is thicker and sturdier, that makes it more protective. It's easier to install since it's not as flimsy as film screen, and our fingers glide easily and smoothly against the surface, which is what you want when using a touchscreen. All that aside, the only negative is that tempered glass screen protectors cost a little bit more than film screen. The one we chose was by amFilm. It has thousands of positive reviews, but there's also those by Orzly and JETech. So regardless of which you choose, it doesn't matter if you're 5 years old or 50. Accidents happen, and just for a few dollars, you can avoid a very bad situation. A few months ago after getting the Switch, I'll admit, I dropped it. Don't worry, we didn't find any damage, and as those of you who have a history with Nintendo products can attest, that's because they make some pretty darn durable hardware.
I've seen some drops, bro. My dude, I've seen some drops.
Still, if you don't want to risk it, if you want to cushion the blow, that's where a protective case comes in. There are plenty out there, each with different looks and features, and back on our first accessories video, you'll know we had an acrylic plastic one, which was pretty crap. But then we found the heavy-duty case by Mumba and have never looked back. I stand by what I said before and I'll say it again. This thing is a tank, and if I were to drop my Switch again while it's wearing this, I'd be a lot less worried. If you have kids like I do, this is a lifesaver. I feel a lot less worried having my 5-year-old use it with this on. So not only does it provide great protection, but the grip on it is stellar.
I've always wanted to use that word.
Normally, I find the Switch difficult to hold for long periods of time since it's very thin, but with the heavy-duty case, I can go all day.
All day, bro.
It has great ergonomics, love how my fingers just sit on the back here, and the 2 types of plastic really help prevent them from slipping. Now, this case is not for everyone. It's more for those who primarily play in handheld mode because it won't fit in the dock, and since it's a single piece that also blocks the kickstand, you can't remove the Joy-Cons without taking off the case. So it's a good thing that it's easy to remove. Then the most obvious thing, it's big, which means it may not fit in your travel case. But if you know that going in, as I did, it may not be as versatile, but I truly feel like this is one of the best cases on the market. Another case with a ton of great reviews is the JETech protective case, and there's also the grip case, which was on Kickstarter as well as Indiegogo, with no word as to when it'll be on sale to the public, but we'll try to get our hands on those 2 to review soon. The Joy-Cons are amazing, but they're not the most comfortable, especially if used individually. So although I still love them, when I play single player in TV mode, 90% of the time I ditch the Joy-Cons and the grip, and I go for the Pro controller. We bought it alongside the Switch at launch, and to this day, we still love the heck out of it. It has a traditional layout that many are accustomed to, and it's a size which feels really comfortable in hand. The grips work really well because they're made of plastic rubber with these small dimples which help keep it from sliding around in your hands. Same as the Joy-Cons, it has motion control support, HD rumble, and NFC reader for amiibos, but does not have the IR reader, which,
don't worry, you won't miss it.
The face and shoulder buttons are really nice and big, very responsive, same for the analog sticks. One thing I do want to bring up about them is that they have shown some wear, as you can see on the part that hits the edge here. Although you can wipe it right off, question is how long before that can cause it to break? I don't know, but if it happens, we'll make sure to let you know. Now, there is one big controversial thing here, and it's the one that the Joy-Cons lack. The D-pad. I was so excited about this because Street Fighter 2 Alpha was coming out, but there was one big issue that I didn't find when playing games like Breath of the Wild, where the D-pad is used as a button more than for movement inputs. The problem is that from time to time, the D-pad would register up and down inputs when using it towards the left and right. So if you're playing something like Street Fighter, where every single input is incredibly important, this is a deal breaker. So to keep it short, the Pro Controller in my opinion is still worth it, but it's not a good fight pad. If you're in the market for something like that, I'd suggest looking at the HORIPAD. But if you want something more hardcore, try HORI's Pokken Tournament DX Pro Pad or their Real Arcade Pro 5 Hayabusa. Being able to go from handheld mode to TV mode in just seconds is a huge benefit of the Switch. But one thing we wanted since the beginning was a secondary dock to use upstairs because we're lazy, and for travel. But the official one, although it's great, it's expensive and it doesn't fit in a smaller carrying case, so we wanted a better option. Back then we checked out the Nyko dock, which worked really well for us, but if you look around, the good reviews are generic like, it just works. But the bad reviews are really bad, with some people stating that it bricked their Nintendo Switch. This could be due to user error or the product itself, but it doesn't help that Nyko just keeps quiet about it, so that makes it tough to recommend. And since then, we now have a collection of 5 docks, and our current favorite is in a sense not even a dock, it's an adapter, a dongle, by Fast Snail. We like it because it's the most portable docking solution out there, but even though it's small, they still provide a USB 3.0 port for you to connect additional peripherals or charge other devices. It doesn't come with an HDMI or USB-C cable, but we use the official one that came with the Switch, and as for HDMI, we just use any we can find already connected to the TV. Now, if you want a more traditional dock, there's the Best Buy exclusive Insignia dock. It's the largest and heaviest of the third-party docks, but it's reliable and holds the Switch nice and snug along with a single USB port. The Nyko dock, although it has a terrible reputation, actually offers the most amount of I/O with a total of 3 USB ports, but it's very fragile in the way it holds the Switch. So, buyer beware. Now, my favorite Switch accessory may not be what you expect, but it's the one I use the most, and it's the humble carrying case. Specifically, the water-filled Nintendo Switch pouch. I can already hear you yelling at the screen, and I know, it sounds a bit odd, but as someone who loves cases and bags, this one is a favorite. You may have heard of Waterfield before. They spent a lot of time communicating and gathering feedback from the community to make awesome Switch cases. And if you do some research, you'll find that almost all their customers praise their products. Their bags and cases are handcrafted using top-of-the-line materials, and they don't mass produce, so that should give you an idea of what to expect and why, yes, you'll be paying a premium that, in my opinion, is justifiable. Before the pouch, we tested other cases but found that a majority of them are very similar. They're hard shell with a vacuum-formed soft interior. They include a flap to protect the screen and a mesh compartment for cables or accessories. I get it, it's a working formula, but some are too precise of a fit, making it annoying to take out the Switch. You gotta dig in there. They don't have enough space for additional accessories, and most of them don't have much style. They're generic, blocky cases. When we stumbled upon the Waterfield pouch, we thought it was really good looking, but honestly didn't think it'd be much better. But then we started using it. Giving up a hard shell case for a softer pouch of course means you'll have less protection, but for me personally, the other advantages outweigh that issue. The case is very light and portable with a wide opening, so it's very easy to insert and remove the Switch. The interior is soft and plush to keep the screen clean, and the zippers all lock to prevent them from accidentally opening. The version I have is made of ballistic nylon, one of my favorite materials, very tough and durable. It's blacked out and low profile, no one has any idea what's in here, it just blends in. I can take this out in public and fool everyone into thinking I'm an adult. Then at the front we have another pocket with 2 small compartments for additional accessories. At first glance, I didn't think much would fit in there, and it wasn't designed to, but there's an advantage to not having a hard shell, and that is material flexibility. We first started with a few games, then added a charging cable, some earbuds, and most recently, our favorite docking solution, the Fast Snail adapter. If that's not enough, we can even store the Switch with the Mumba heavy-duty case. Very impressive, and it's perfect for our situation, and that's what you're looking for. Something that suits your needs, your taste, your personality. With that said, there's plenty of other options out there. Outside of the RDS industry cases, if you want more room, we've heard nothing but great things about the Butterfox and Orzly cases, and Waterfield also has the City Slicker case. If you want even more room, I personally am a big fan of the Power A Everywhere Messenger Bag. Yes, it yells, "Hey look, there's a Nintendo Switch in here!" But it comes with a free smaller travel case, and it has a lot of room. Also, a lot of you have shown your love for the PDP Elite Player Backpack, which is really well made and just looks great.
And there you have it. Those are our favorites, but we'd love to hear about yours. What have you been using the most with your Switch? What can you not live without? Let us know in the comments below, along with anything else you'd like us to check out here on the channel. Also, if you're new here, we're currently trying YouTube full-time. So if you're thinking of buying any of these items, you can find affiliate links for everything featured in this video down in the description. You of course don't have to use them, but those links definitely help support the channel so we can continue to make videos like this one. But guys, thank you for your support. Once again, I'm Sergio IM, and I'll see you for the next box.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to help us out, you can do so by clicking that thumbs up button. And while you're at it, why not subscribe for more content? It's free. We also love to hear you out, so please leave a comment down below or talk with us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm Sergio IM, and I'll see you for the next box.